Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Civilization 6 Gathering Storm. I have not had the command of my time that I was hoping these last couple of days, so I'm sorry to myself and to all of you. But we're back, we're here, we will persevere, we will destroy Spain, we will maybe destroy America. It kind of seems like they might be far away. We might let them go out of laziness, frankly. You know, I actually don't know where they are. I was thinking they were over here because we've seen a number of their units, right? We saw their scout come from this way, and we've seen these warriors come from this way. But how is it that they're sending us units from the southwest and also units from the northeast? I mean, we know we're at the bottom of the map, right? We can see all that tundra. I thought they were this way, but maybe they're up here and they just are using teleportation technology or something. Yeah, that's very strange. Alright, before we get going here, two things. Number one, want to say a quick thank you to the people who are pointing out in the comments that I am missing elements of the description of the terrace farm, probably because I did not actually read the description of the terrace farm. Gain 2 production for each adjacent aqueduct, or 1 production if adjacent to fresh water but no aqueduct. So, our 1 terrace farm here, and yes, that number really does need to be higher, you're right, is in actually a pretty interesting position. We could build another terrace farm here. With 2 terrace farms, we get a point of bonus housing, and then obviously this one has freshwater access. Or, what we might do is build an aqueduct here, because you can build an aqueduct in any tile adjacent to your city center and also fresh water. That would give us the +2 housing bonus and the drought prevention bonus here in the city, and also make this terrace farm extremely powerful. I don't know, that totally might be what happens. Obviously the market's very important, we're going to let that finish. But yeah, we may well do that. The other thing is, I thought about this a little bit, we are going to buy the other missionary. It might slow down our first apostle, or our second apostle rather, but getting a good build out for our religion, I think, is important. Getting a lot of good pressure, sort of forming a stronghold. It is valuable. So, without further ado, I think we're done for this turn. Let's press on. Ow. So you can see here, these low-tier units, a tornado slowly descends from a summer storm, and people seek refuge. I have been near tornadoes in real life. You should seek refuge. That's a good idea. Those things are scary. What I was going to say is, you can see here, these low-tier units hurling themselves against walls. It's very ineffective. Walls are really powerful. So let's just go ahead and, ordinarily, I would say you want to shoot archers. You want to reduce the amount of free damage that people get to deal to your buildings. But this guy's low enough that we get to kill him. I think that's probably pretty valuable for us. So now they don't have any melee units in position to attack Seville next turn. You actually cannot capture a city with ranged units. All he could do is reduce it to 0 health and then just keep shooting it. You have to actually deal damage with a melee attack to capture the city. He could turn this guy around, he could move this guy over across the river, but, you know, those take time in either case. This guy is not a threat, because, spoilers, he will not be surviving the turn. Almost certainly. Oh, we can get rid of that. So, over here, this is a shame. He built a heavy chariot and attacked us. That heavy chariot, in addition to just being a very annoying unit to have to deal with, has risen the garrison defense to 28. That's frustrating. Alright, well, we gotta pull our archer back or we're gonna lose him. Let's do this. And this. I'm pretty sure the chariot won't be able to pursue us here because of the trees. Chariots move quickly across open ground, but I don't think they move through trees very well. I seem to remember that being the case. And then we get to just shoot over here. Oh, I get to shoot again, huh? You know, I was remembering that the, +1 attack per turn if the unit has not moved. Okay, I was remembering what the text says. But apparently you can totally move and fire twice, as long as you have not spent all of your movement. Well, that sure is not the text of that ability, but I'm happy that it works that way. And then this guy, I guess he can just move to here, because that means that next turn he can step here and shoot this way. We want to be able to menace this dude out of our hair. Okay, where are we going to settle? The land over here is bad, right? Like, we could settle there or there. You try to make it so that the iron is in range. We're getting pretty close to the iron for another swordsman, and I'm not honestly sure that we're even going to bother to build another swordsman right away. So maybe iron shortage isn't a good motivator. We could settle here. Robert probably wouldn't love that, but we could get access to these diamonds and the iron and some tiles that actually have resources on them. Because if we settle over here, we're committing ourselves to an awful lot of tiles that are useless. That's a possibility. We could settle south of Cajamarca, where we know there's some coast. It's tundra down here, but it's not too bad, right? If we settle there, then we get to take advantage of the cows and the extra salt. And this land is so much better. You know what, though? I know we were just running away from all this, but our swordsman's done in 3 turns. I think what I'm going to have to do here is have the settler just go to the swordsman, and the swordsman can escort him over to a good settling position. How about that? Elephants are pretty good. You're right, game. So we definitely want this guy to be running in this direction. You get to take advantage of this beautiful road that we built, thanks to our trader. And this guy needs to flee from the oncoming Americans. Military units can just straight up murder religious units, so we have to be pretty cautious as we're moving around up here. And with that, I think we're good. It feels to me like there was something else I wanted to do. I had this horrible nagging feeling. What could it be? Well, we do have a lot of gold. What do I want to buy? Okay, a swordsman's actually only 360 gold. We're going to have enough iron in 2 turns, so I guess we are going to use that iron right away. We could buy out like a watermill or something, but honestly, I think in this position we're in, a swordsman might be the right play. Maybe up here? I guess we know the barbarians have swordsman technology, but I don't necessarily need to like clear the camp or anything. I just need to make sure the settler can walk over to a spot. And there are American units here, but we suspect that America's not actually in this direction anymore. Maybe. He might not be. And I can certainly take on 2 warriors with a swordsman. Yeah. Okay, so maybe what we're going to do with our gold is in 2 turns purchase a swordsman up here somewhere. That sounds pretty okay. Oh, we also will need gold to upgrade our archers to crossbowmen. I don't know what the cost of that upgrade is going to be. Yeah, I'm not going to stress about it too much. Let us just continue forward. So we're 4 points off of hitting the next, hitting a golden age. Did we get a notification at the beginning of the turn that we were within 10 turns of an era change? Because it tells you, it warns you. I should pay more attention. Okay, that's not ideal. Chariots. Oh, apparently we did. It said we had 1 turn left, probably. Well, okay, so we only get a normal dedication. That's not awesome. Let's process that first. So, Golden Age for Scotland, Normal Age for Spain, Dark Age for Teddy Roosevelt. What a Dark Age is we can talk about all these. When you get a Golden Age, you get a loyalty bonus. All your citizens are like 1.5 times as loyal, which makes it very hard to peel cities off your empire. And your dedications are, instead of things that give you bonuses to era score, things that give you actual material, like extra resources, science and industry and stuff. They're very good. Golden Ages are great. The Normal Age, I mean, we've seen this. We know what a Normal Age is. The Dark Age that Teddy Roosevelt has pulled here is giving him, first of all, a loyalty penalty to his citizens. We are not in position to take advantage of that. You know, we can't do anything, but maybe he'll have some loyalty problems and it will be distracting. That would be okay. It would be cool if he would buzz off. And he gets access to a special group of social policies that you can only use during a Dark Age. They are extremely powerful, but they have downsides. The downsides are pretty gameable, and it often ends up being the case that like just being in a Dark Age is awesome and powerful, which is, I think, not exactly intuitive, but also being in a Dark Age couldn't actually be a negative thing, or the first time you got a Dark Age, it would just drag you down into a mechanical hole from which you would never be able to escape. So obviously, you know, like it has to give you a way back into the game, right? If you go from a Dark Age into a Golden Age, you instead get a Heroic Golden Age, which is like 3 Golden Ages at the same time. It's super awesome. It actually is, I think, a reasonable strategy to intentionally Dark Age through the first time the era changes, so that you can go for a Heroic Age in the next one. But I don't know if the AI is going to be capable of that, and in any case, it probably doesn't affect us a whole lot directly. Okay, dedication. I don't think we're going to get a lot of value from Free Inquiry anymore. Free Inquiry was pretty good to us this era, but we already got a lot of the really easy Eurekas. We could take Pen, Brush, and Voice, which might be feasible. We'll have a look at the trees real quick in a second here and decide. Monumentality is always wrong. You don't build enough districts fast enough for it to be better than the other things usually. And Exodus of the Evangelists, I think, is looking like the front runner for us, because we just built two missionaries, each with 3 spreads of religion. So we're probably going to be able to get somewhere between 8 and 12 points off of Exodus of the Evangelists, and I would be very shocked if we got that from either of these. So, quick look, do we have good boosts? Found a city on the coast? We might do that. Own two galleys is not happening. We're currently building a watermill in a city, aren't we? Yeah, 7 turns to that, so that's probably happening. That's 2 that are somewhat likely. This is a no. This is a no. This is almost certainly a no, because Scotland is running us wild on those great scientist points. Probably not. Maybe. We might build an aqueduct. We probably won't get a 6-slot government, because we don't have... we're way behind on civics. Yeah, I'm thinking that it's pretty unlikely that we get more than 8... we get anywhere near 8 points from that. How about the civics version? Research construction? Totally possible. Build a second campus? I would love to, but honestly, I'm not thinking that's super likely. We will not be building ships. We could build 6 farms, maybe. Grow a city to 10 pop. I don't think we're anywhere near that, right? Yeah, we're at 6 and growing slowly. I don't think we're going to get 8 points out of this either. Okay, yeah, let's take Exodus of the Evangelists. And if we can get more than 8 points, so much the better. What is this? Oh, there's going to be a special session of the World Congress, and the tornado has moved toward my capital. But it is now headed to the northwest, so who knows? Maybe it'll come over here and bash up some American troops. Wouldn't that be nice? Alright, so let's get that done. Okay, so this is just going to begin at the end of the turn. I don't have to do anything about that. I think we might be able to out-heal the damage here. He did more damage than we did, but remember, we're going to get some healing at the end of the turn. We might be able to just survive this. What do I want to do here? Well, first, this thing, which we knew we'd be able to do. Second, I just kill you, right? And that even promotes us. That's great. That's going to recover all our health. And here we can just pillage the farm. So you get a different reward for each different type of improvement you can pillage. Farms are gain 50 health, which is pretty fantastic. You get to convert this city to elephants are pretty good, which they totally are. Hey, good work. 2 era score for us. You are just going to go here and wait for your hero to spawn. You are going to... the city is going to convert naturally in 301 turns. Obviously, that's too long, but it's not actually going to be 301 turns, right? If we went over here and we converted both of these cities, then Cajamarca would be getting a ton of pressure. Well, not a ton, but more. Currently at 2 citizens of our religion. Elephants are pretty good citizens, that's true. Okay. What we're looking at here is not actually a value that tells us when the next citizen when the city will convert, right? It's telling us when the next citizen will convert. So even if we up the pressure, we're just talking about getting to 3 citizens. That's actually not going to be good enough anymore when the city continues to grow, right? Once we're at 6 population, 3 citizens is no longer a majority, and that means the city will no longer be believing in this religion as a unit. So I think we do need to give it some pressure and then also keep up the external pressure. So another 2 era score for us. And we really do need to convert these cities because, remember, we're getting a combat strength bonus from fighting in our own territory. And we finished a civic. Well, I think we can probably pull inspiration, right? Is that it's not doing anything at all for us? Or rather, it's not doing enough. We're at 4.6. He's at 14 points per turn. So every time he finishes a great scientist, he loses all of his points, right? It resets him to 0. And we keep all of ours. But he is generating so many more points than us that he's still going to get every citizen. Like, he's just going to keep lapping us. So we're not actually getting any benefit from those two great scientist points. We may as well drop that policy. Also, Diplomatic League is wrong. We now have at least one envoy with every city-state we know, so let's swap that with Charismatic Leader. And then we have the question of what to do with this wildcard slot. I don't think any of the yellow policies are good at all in our current situation. So it's either literary tradition or a red policy. This does nothing, this does nothing. This is close enough to nothing. We are potentially going to fight some barbarians soon, but I'm going to be fighting them with a swordsman, and yeah, discipline. It's hard to imagine disciplines, right? This does nothing. So I guess the question really is, like, production bonus for our military units versus 2 great writer points per turn. Who is producing great writer points? America is. They have 1.1 of them per turn. You have 1 per turn. So America has a big head start on us, but we actually, if we let that sit, we actually could get some great writers. Now, my big concern there is that we don't actually have anything to do with them. What great writers do is they produce great works of writing. We don't currently have any great work slots available for them. You start with one in your palace, but ours is full because we found this thing. So it would be cool to get great works of writing, but we'd have to put some effort into making sure we had slots for them, and I don't know that that's really a thing that we're interested in right now. So I guess it is just like whatever red policy makes the most sense. How many more military units do I think we're going to build? We're going to buy another swordsman. But honestly, even though conscription doesn't do very much for us, it still might be the right play. Yeah. That's 4 gold per turn. It's better than the trade route policy, which we are running gladly. Yeah, alright. Feels kind of bad, but I think it's the right play. Okay, we are continuing to get whittled down here. I mean, it's taken them forever, but it is eventually going to work. Alright, so special session to consider discussions. Once everyone's votes are submitted, past discussions are enacted, beginning the associated emergencies. Oh, the emergency is that I am too aggressive. During this emergency, target units have -2 combat strength when fighting member units. Member units get +1 movement in the target's territory. That sucks. And the target gains +20 loyalty per turn in the target city, which has this does nothing at all, because I think Seville is already maximum loyalty. In addition, members will have peace, open borders, and shared visibility with each other, and all go to war with the target. If Robert were to get in on this, that would really suck for us. I'm hoping the fact that he is our friend means that he won't. But if he did decide, you know what? He's not allowed to declare war on me. I've never broken a promise to him. He actually can't, I think. So we expect that these two are going to vote it up and get in on it. And that's just going to be a real bummer, man. If the members complete all objectives before time runs out, they get +5 healing in the target's territory, and I believe that's a permanent bonus. They also get 100 diplomatic favor. But if they fail to get the objectives done, I get +2 combat strength when attacking one of them with a city strike. That's a shame. I was kind of excited about that when I thought it was just units. But I do get 200 favor. That would be cool. So it doesn't actually state the objective clearly. Like, there should definitely be a line for that. I'm assuming it will be to capture Seville. But maybe it's to resist my aggression? Who knows? So how does this work? My first vote is free. Well, I vote no. And then I could vote again if I had 10 favor, which I just barely don't. That's a real shame. Alright, well, I vote no once. Yes, I'm sure. And they're gonna each vote yes at least once. 4? Oh, Teddy put in 3 votes. Okay, he did have some favor. Okay, emergency passed. I'll be perfectly honest with you, I think what they've done here is given me 200 favor. I don't think it's super likely that they're going to be able to get the city away from me, especially with me being able to buy a swordsman in the city this turn. Let's shoot at this guy. Or, hold on. Let me see if I have this dude under control first. So fire, and fire, and fire. That does look like a kill. I'd love to take the XP, but maybe we should just kill him, and then I can city strike this guy. So one thing is, while you're at max XP waiting for a promotion, you cannot generate further experience. You know what? Let's go ahead and back up. Where do I want to back up to? I think I'm going to back up to... if I back up all the way to here, I won't be able to take the experience this turn anyway. I'm just thinking that I kind of want this guy to back off. I don't want him to back up too much. If he backs up to here, he can think about pillaging the farm next turn. And like I said, I don't think that the chariot will be able to chase him. Or you know what? Maybe it will because of the road. So maybe actually it's a good idea to do this so that I have a blocker. He can flee to here where he is safe. And then we just, we finish the guy off with this. No, we do not. He is not quite killable. That's very frustrating. I will say that I do not appreciate the how often this happens. Units who should die survive with 1 health all the time in Civ, it feels like. Alright, well, we definitely want to convert Seville, but we have to be careful, like I said, about my military units, or my religious units getting killed by military units. So we're going to party with this archer for a second here. You are still waiting. You can run up here. So we definitely would love to convert Zanzibar, because we get an envoy for it. We're going to get an envoy in a second when we finish theology as well, so we might be able to get suzerain of both of these city-states, which would be cool. Teddy Roosevelt has finished building the Great Lighthouse. Okay. Yeah, they really want my archer. They really want all my archers. Oh, just normal. Now it's normal World Conquest time. It feels like this is an earlier start than it got in Civ 5. But okay, let's submit some votes and proposals and stuff. So, a border control treaty. Selected outcome for this resolution. New districts built by this player act as culture bombs. I hate this terminology. What it means by culture bomb is that when a new player builds a district, the city that built the district will gain control and ownership of all of the tiles adjacent to the district. This is a completely opaque term that does not tell you anything about what it does. I really wish they would stop using it. Just say the thing, just say we'll take control of all adjacent tiles. And the player's borders will not grow via culture. So we select an outcome for this and also the player that we want to affect. Well, this doesn't seem like I'm going to target this at somebody else, right? I don't know that I'm building a lot of districts anytime soon. So, screw you, Teddy Roosevelt. I don't think it's going to be relevant against Philip because I don't think he has that long to live. So, how does this actually work, though? Because I can see two ways that this could resolve. It could be the case that once we've all submitted, they tally up all the votes for A and all the votes for B, and whichever one of those got more votes wins, and then within those votes it looks at the target and picks the most voted for target. Or it could treat each combination of outcome and target as a unique voting category, which is the way that intuitively I would think it would work. But the problem with that is, that means there are so many possible outcomes, right? There are, presuming you knew everybody in the game, you could target yourself or any other player with this, and then any other player with that, and that makes there be 11 possible outcomes for this. And that would mean the odds of players who are voted, the players with a small number of votes, accidentally ganging up and beating a player with a large number of votes would be really small, right? Whoever has the most favor would basically just determine what the outcome of each resolution is. So I think that would be bad, but that certainly incentivizes you to get favor. So maybe that's the design because they really want you to have favor. I don't know. Regardless, we're doing this, I think. We know that an unmet player will also prefer the B outcome, but we don't know who they'll target with it. Okay. And then World Religion. Plus 10 religious combat strength for all units of a targeted religion, or all players may condemn units of the chosen religion, and doing so grants favor. Okay. Religious combat has not come up yet. Religious units can... combat's a strong word for it. Religious units can engage in theological debate, and in Civilization, the force of your convictions can literally lead to the death of your opponents, because the strength of your convictions can cause lightning to come down from the sky and strike them dead. There's not going to be any religious combat anytime soon. It's just not going to happen. So we can ignore this. You know what would be really neat is if all players could condemn Zoroastrianism and would receive an incentive for doing so. Like, I'm going to actually spend our 10 favor on this. My hope here is that this would cause this gives Robert an incentive to kill Zoroastrian missionaries. And if he does that, combined with us spreading our religion in his direction, we might be able to establish our religion as the dominant one in his empire, which would be really cool. Yes, I am sure this is what we want to do. So I'm very curious to see how these actually work. Let us examine. New districts built by Teddy Roosevelt act as culture bombs. So... okay, everybody voted for a unique version of this outcome. So it was 6 different outcomes all tied at 1 vote, and Teddy just randomly won the tiebreaker. Well, lucky him. And also plus 10 religious combat strength for Protestant units. Also lucky Teddy, huh? Okay, now this is interesting. So this gives us information. So Philip and I both voted for outcome B, Zoroastrianism. That is the unique result that got the most votes. But because A had 4 votes, we get an A result even though none of the A results had more votes than the B result that we chose. So it picks which outcome first, and then it looks within the outcomes and sees which is the most common target there. And unfortunately, or maybe actually fortunately for us, Protestantism won the tiebreak instead of Zoroastrianism, because that would have been annoying. Well, Teddy got real lucky here. Teddy's result was tied in both cases, and he won both the ties. Okay, so that doesn't affect us at all then. Oh hey, it didn't take our favor. You don't lose your favor if you spend it on something that doesn't happen, I guess. That's interesting. Also, I forgot to buy my swordsman. Let's do that. I definitely need that swordsman. Bam. Let's see you take Seville now, nerds. You could have been upgraded into a swordsman. That may be a better play to have made. You know what? Probably not. No, I think we're fine. I think the thing we did was reasonable. So, I think what I'm going to do here is have these two swap. And then you're going to shoot that guy dead. And you... oh, you can only pillage if you have a full movement. Okay, well... you just fortify until healed. Because I'm going to have him pillage this farm to heal back to full. And you are going to just heal to full. I guess, falling back to the city, your units heal faster in your cities, I believe. And I don't think there's any real penalty to being in the city. You know, we have the roads and stuff. Alright, we're going to have our missionary move all the way to Seville because it is where he is safe. I would really love to select the... there we go. I see they didn't fix this issue. I want to do a range strike. Okay. And you guys just get a promotion. So I'm going to move back onto the road. Or do I want to move towards Seville, actually? Maybe. Here, let's move here, and I can maybe... we'll split the difference. We'll make a decision next turn when we have some idea what the terrain looks like. We have to assume at some point we're going to fight people who are competent enough to have city walls, and it still is the case that Spain could start building walls at any moment. So yeah, let's go ahead and take emplacement. Here we're going to link you guys up. We will get that settled. So here's a question. Do we want to spend both of our spreads on Zanzibar to try to make sure we get the religious conversion? I think the answer to that is yes. We could convert both Dundee and Cullen, I suppose. And then we have a lot of general elephants are pretty good pressure. That's true. They are pretty. They're excellent pressure. And then, you know, we could just hope that Zanzibar will be converted over time. My biggest concern here is that I might go up here and try to spend 2 charges, and it might not be enough. If there's only 1 citizen in Zanzibar of our religion, 2 spreads probably will do it. And if there wasn't at least 1 citizen of our religion, then I don't think we would appear on the bar. You know, the way that, like, Protestantism doesn't appear in this bar. It might just be so much better for our overall religious pressure situation to convert these. I don't know. We don't have to decide right now. Okay, Capital's done building the unit, so what do we want next? We can build another unit. Probably what I want to do next is build this library, right? This is more than a 10% increase in our total science output. We can't really build a useful terrace farm anywhere. Oh, you know what? A builder actually might be a good idea, and we only need to spend 4 turns to get one. Because we have cities that could use improvements, and we're going to have to rebuild these farms. Yeah, alright, let's get a builder real fast. Here we have also finished a thing. Well, we're going to need to repair that holy site at some point, but I don't know that this is necessarily a huge... Oh, we have the ability to build medieval walls, but we can't build them until the ancient walls are back at full health, and we can't fix the ancient walls until, I believe, until they haven't been attacked for 3 turns or something. So we could start working on a district. We could build an encampment, which would be... An encampment would be good eventually. It's going to get built so slowly that it probably won't have any effect on this war. We could start building a commercial hub to get another trade route up. I mean, we really do need to build our government plaza as well. Man, maybe that's better to do in the capital, actually, than this builder. Oh, right, I don't have the population for another district here, though. We have to repair this holy site at some point. Yeah, alright, let's start working on that. I know it looks like it's going to take forever. When Seville is fully integrated into our empire, it will be a little less ugly, and also when we have improved the stone and put a little work into this. We'll get there. Man, I'm really glad Victor's in Seville. He wants my 11 favor in exchange for money. You know, I don't really want open borders with you. I don't think that's valuable. Would you give me more gold per turn without that term in? You would do 3 gold per turn for 30 turns, which is more. I think I might do this because I don't really have a good use for the favor right away, but we know that we want to upgrade our archers to crossbows, right? Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I don't know exactly how expensive that's going to be, but I know we want to. Alright, so we can change our policies here. We gained the ability to get more faith, basically. Our holy site has like 3 or 4 adjacency, right? So this is 3 or 4 faith. I don't know that I care about this more than anything else we're running right now. Like I said, we kind of need gold. Faith is not super important. Yeah. Alright, so after we finish the builder, we're probably going on to a temple in the capital. Why did you get closer to me? What on earth? What would compel you to do a thing like that? You can see knights, or swordsmen, beat the hell out of warriors. So I like to do this. No, I want to select the city strike. There we go. So do I want to just city strike the 1 melee unit they have? Probably, right? It doesn't matter what the archers do if they can't actually take the city. We'll just have at this dude over the course of the next couple of turns. The unit needs orders. You should probably just heal. And now that the chariot is dead, the city is in real trouble. We got to work on it now. Yep. That's actually a pretty reasonable amount of damage. Our swordsman has way more attack power than this city does now. Here we're going to pillage this farm because I need the health. And you... To be perfectly honest with you, I think this guy is best off not even going to Valencia. I would like to step over here and shoot at this guy because I think he'll die. But I'm concerned that we would then take counterattacks from both of their archers, and the two of them together might be enough damage to kill me, and I'm so close to a good upgrade. I'm going to go this way. He's not needed to defend Seville. Seville will be fine. You should, yes, convert Seville. A little bit more era score for us. A little bit more pressure going on. I think I'm going to skip... Yeah, I think I'm going to skip converting Zanzibar. What would be the benefit? So, in addition to getting the second bonus here, which will be 2 gold when we finish our market, which we are close-ish to doing, we would become their suzerain. So we get a diplomatic favor in return. We would get access to all of their resources. They would give us 2 horse tiles, temporary control of 2 horse tiles. And we would get their unique suzerain bonus of cinnamon and cloves. This cannot be earned any other way and provides 6 amenities each. What they actually mean there is that they provide 1 amenity to each of the 6 cities that most need it. That's still pretty good. It's just extra luxuries. Or we could do this guy in Bandar Brunei. Your trading posts in foreign cities provide +1 gold to your trade routes passing through or going to the city. Okay, so this is literally nothing for us. Trading posts are established in the city when you finish running a trade route with them. So not only does this not do anything, but it would be quite a long time before this would do anything. Also, the resource tiles that we would get, the resources they would give us access to, are cattle and rice, which don't actually do anything. They just improve the tile that they're on. So, we may or may not be able to convert Zanzibar, but I think the better long-term play is to just do this right now. Ah, yes, and becoming the first suzerain of a city-state is worth some points. Sorry, we discovered the majesty of the Great Barrier Reef? When did we do that? Where the hell is the Great Barrier Reef? Oh, did I just do it right now? Yeah, because we got vision from them. So here's the Great Barrier Reef right here. If we turn off the religion lens. There we go. Check it out, the Great Barrier Reef. So we got vision from them. We are also now able to levy their military. Wow, that's expensive. I guess I see why, though. They have a lot of swords. And we have even more amenities, in case we needed them. And then next time we get access to an envoy, we'll put him in Bandar Brunei, or we'll actually send the trade route that they want. And we're just going to convert both of these cities. Elephants are pretty good. So even more era score. We're kind of kicking ass on era score. And Zanzibar has declared war on our enemies. That almost certainly... Oh, actually New York is right there. Actually, that might be relevant. Huh, why was I thinking that... I don't know why I had it in my head that Scotland was more up here. Okay, yeah. These guys being at war with New York is actually totally relevant. That's a lot of swordsmen at the front door of a city that has 12 health. Or 12 combat strength. Okay, guys, I believe in you. You can do it. Alright, so what do we want next? Civil service, actually, is probably what we want next. Alliances are powerful, and we have a friend who is probably willing to ally with us. Let's head in that direction. Has prerequisites. You know what? I think I want recorded history before this other stuff. Because recorded history gives us access to another governor title. I guess, actually, we're going to get another governor title this way in 10 turns. Because we have a boost on this already. These policy cards are okay. Our campus district adjacency is actually pretty good, though, right? This is extra science. Yeah. Let's go recorded history first, then pick up the rest of this stuff. Alright, I'm feeling like pretty okay about our position here. I think things are going well. We're going to get Valencia really soon, unless he builds walls or another military unit right now. What happened? Oh, okay. Well, we've entered them. We've done our first medieval era research. That's cool. We have access to crossbows and our cool warakak. Oh, you know what I didn't realize before? The promotion class of this unit is Recon. This is a Scout. This is an upgrade to the Scout. They really needed to add more upgrades to the Scout tree. There are more units in that line. So the Skirmisher would have done that, but for us it's even better. Okay, that's cool. Has base movement 3 because it's a Scout upgrade. That's really useful. So how much is it to do this? 190 gold. We'll be able to do one next turn. Well, you need to move up. And, yes, because this is a road, it didn't consume all of his movement, so he gets to double attack, even though he should only be able to single attack. Then you get to attack. Am I going to take the city this turn? No, we probably need one more, right? No, actually, it looks like I might get it now. Well, okay. Double attacking archer is extremely powerful. Yes, keep the city. I actually think this city's quite good. Or it will be once we repair all of its farms and stuff. So he converted Zanzibar to him 6? What the hell? So when we took Zanzibar, because we were at 3 and we were the suzerain of Zanzibar, we know that no other player had more than 2 envoys. So he's just been sitting on 4 envoys waiting for somebody to be the suzerain of something so that he could take it? That doesn't... How did he suddenly get 4 envoys? That's very strange. Well, through what appears to be cheating, he has warded off the danger. Yeah, I don't care for that at all. Oh, that wasn't enough to convert it. I assumed it would be, because, you know, we only have to get... Alright, well, that's a shame. We have some good pressure, though. What's the... Are we looking at a close conversion timer, at least? It doesn't actually even display the conversion... So sometimes it stops displaying the conversion timers, and I've never been able to figure out how to fix that. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, what do we want to do here? Oh, interesting. They think they're going to bring in a battering ram. Where'd that warrior go? Well, we're definitely going to kill this archer. So I feel a little bit more comfortable bringing my archer back in. There's no way that they kill us in a single attack. We'll ward this off, and then we'll move more people north. And this missionary... Huh. Valladolid went back to... it produced an extra citizen. Okay, well, apparently I need to go fix that. They figured it out. They finally got it into their heads that they need to run away. Yeah. Get the granary back working, because we need the housing. We desperately need housing. I'm frustrated about this Zanzibar thing. It doesn't really make a lot of sense that he just had 4 envoys sitting around. Like, why would he not have placed them? And there's certainly nothing that he did to get 4 envoys in a single turn. Alright, so we need a new technology. We don't really benefit from horses. We don't really benefit from any shipbuilding type stuff. I'm not really worried about siege towers, because apparently we're the only people who know how walls work. I guess the only real choice here is apprenticeship. It'll give us access to the industrial zone, which is one of the best districts. And it's a prerequisite for a bunch of important things, like the next education building. Also, it's just really good. It's just a really, really good district. So the battering ram is not actually a combat unit itself. You can see it has a different shape of unit tag. It is a support unit that you're supposed to hook up with one of your combat units, and then it makes that unit and all adjacent units, I believe. I guess I don't have to guess this. We have a thing. We have a thing for this. Yeah, attacking melee units do full damage to the city's walls if this is adjacent to the city. It's a shame they don't have any melee units left by the time this got over here. It has no effect on the archer. Oh, you poor sweet idiot. Well, you're super dead. I think... Let's go ahead and get the kill with the guy. We could get it with the city for free. But I'm going to spend a little bit of health to get the kill with him so that we can get the XP. You are just moving back here to reconvert it. Apparently converting the city for a second time does not give us more era score. That's a shame. We still did get 8 points, though, right? Yeah, we converted 2 cities here and 2 cities over there. Still better than, Okay, not my problem. Look out, Zanzibar, you traitors. Oh, our swordsman up north got a promotion. Swordsman, so the promotions are... Each promotion tree is specific to a class of unit, not to a particular unit. So swordsmen are in the same class of unit as warriors, and they have the same promotion tree. Battlecry is pretty good on a swordsman. He's pretty, that's a pretty tough dude. Okay, we easily kill you. You should run, guy, other warrior. You desperately need to be elsewhere. Oh, we should up... This guy should be the guy who gets the promotion, obviously, since he has double attack. Or rather, the upgrade to a crossbowman. And you've earned a name. The Holy Arrows. You know what? Sure. It's more fitting than the Slinger thing, and I let that stand. And at the risk of maybe putting him in danger, I'm going to walk all the way forward. Really, their capital doesn't have walls. It sure does have a Slinger, though. That guy's definitely going to save them. Okay, well, I think we may have warded off the danger. I think we may have won this war all the way now. And we're still developing, you know, we're building infrastructure in lots of places. We're getting a little low on health. Okay. Oh, growth of my religion comes with the danger of schism. What is Reformed Church? Oh, have 6 cities simultaneously following your religion. Yeah, we sure did do that. So, our city can perform... Yeah, let's have this guy fall back into here and heal up in the city. You... can step forward... Yeah, we're going to shoot the heck out of this archer over here. Actually, hold on a second. If I step this guy forward and attack... I don't remember how many points of movement it takes to disembark. We have to remember that they have +1 movement while they're in my territory. If I move this guy forward... and their archer gets to shoot, and this guy also gets to attack because of the extra point of movement, we'll probably lose our archer, and he's rank 3. Like, it's pretty important he stick around. I'm going to back off. It helps that he's not actually necessary, right? And then up here we get to do some damage. So you can condemn this heretic. And I believe that doing this will mean we're not moving up on Madrid, but I also believe that doing this actually drives some of this religion out of these cities. Yeah, minus 125 Catholicism. I don't know how much that is. It sounds like a lot. You get to be our first crossbowman. You're going to be an absolute terror. And you're going to step forward here and shoot at... Oh, there are barbarian slingers around. Well, let's make it easy for the barbarians to kill that guy. And you didn't get a promotion by any chance, did you? No. This is actually kind of tricky. So if this guy just attacks us, he wins, right? I'm so injured. And America's units have a +5 combat bonus on their home continent. I totally forgot about that. And we can't possibly move the settler far enough away from him to be safe, because he has 3 movement, because he's starting the turn in our territory. So I think the only play here is back up. I hate that, but I think it's the only play. This guy is going to do his best to make it up north. Okay, the tornado over there ran out. I have a lot of things that I want to build. Oh, I can't start building my temple while there are enemies in the holy site. Well, we can start work on something else and then build the temple as soon as it's available. I don't know why I'm looking at this. 49 turns. We don't have the industry. I could build a military unit, a slow building military unit. I think I'm just going to start on... Let's put more turns into the library. I want the temple, but obviously we're going to have to wait a second here. Okay, their warrior was, in fact, able to chase us all the way over there. If we'd left that archer in place, he would have died. Alright, our knowledge of construction has advanced thanks to our watermill. We have horseback riding, which we do not need. We have the ability to create another trade route. Hard for me to imagine that there is a play that is better than build my second trader. You... Okay, I'm going to do this. Then we're going to swap your positions. Now he can't reach the archer anymore. But I still get to fire at him. I could kill these guys, but then I'd be left in this space horribly wounded, and this guy would just turn around and murk me, so let's not do that. And this is very unfortunate for this city. The fact that it has higher combat strength is supposed to be protecting it. And it has higher combat strength, I think, just because it's their capital. I don't think there's anything else at work there. I'm going to get rid of this slinger because I suspect that it will attack me if I don't. And yeah, Madrid is gone. Spain is dead, basically. This poor settler, man. I'd be very cross about this if I had spent time building this instead of just stealing it from another player. Alright, well, back to the city with us then, because we need the healing time. We gotta remember that these guys have an extra point of move if they start the turn in our territory. We gotta make sure the settler is not in a capturable place. And you know what? We do still need this government plaza. It's a really good plaza. Of all the plazas you can build in this game, easily in the top 5. So we're probably going to want to build a commercial hub here. And we're probably going to want to build that commercial hub along the river. So we want to build the government plaza in a spot where it's going to be adjacent to the commercial hub. It provides an adjacency bonus to any adjacent district. Yeah, that sounds... It sounds like I probably want to build it here or here, and then the commercial district goes in the other one. I don't want to build either of them here, because once you build a district on a tile, it loses its normal yields, and this tile has been enriched by the flooding. I guess I could build the government square here, and build the commercial district there, and then only one of them would be in the flood zone. Means I don't get to build a terrace farm, though, on this beautiful hill. I think I'm going to do it that way, though. Yeah. 14 turns, which, remember, will be sped up once the city is no longer occupied, which I believe will happen as soon as we kill Spain. This might be their last city left. I think all of the weird little protrusions of control here are this city's borders, not other cities leaking in. So I think Spain's dead. I think we beat them. America is fighting to the last, though. Oh good, barbarian archers showed up to ruin my day. Well, I think that's the end of Madrid. I do have the voices turned off, mostly so that Sean Bean will not be constantly interrupting me when I do things. It's a little bit of a shame sometimes, because his voice work is good. He's a good cartoony character. Spain will not stand the test of time. 5 era score, that's right. I don't even know why it gives you the option. You can't raise original capitals, so keep city. Alright, now none of these cities are occupied anymore, which should help our numbers a little bit. And now that it's just me in America, I think we're going to see this war conclude pretty rapidly. You get dead. My archers are only getting more powerful. I guess I'm going to move him toward... We're not really in danger in either place. I'm going to move him towards Seville. Let's have this guy take the path through Valladolid, like so he can use that bridge over the river. I'm a little tiny bit concerned about the volcano still. You're not doing anything at all because this guy needs to chill. You need to run away. See, here's a problem. I can't run away far enough that he won't be able to follow me. I just lose this unit to a random bad barbarian. Yeah, that sucks. He's only level 2, I guess. Because if I back up to any of these spaces, he still gets to shoot at me. I can't actually go here, because you are actually out of movement. So I guess I just shoot back, and maybe that will spook him and he'll run away or something. That's really the only chance we have. And here, I want to repair this commercial district, but God, we need industry. We need industry so badly. You know what we might actually need is just a whole lot of chopping down trees. I might need to put out a ton of builders. Also, those guys moved off my holy site, so I'm going to get working on this temple. I'm sure they'll interrupt it again later. The barbarians actually might serve as a pretty good distraction for them, though. Alright, let's, one more time here. Oh. Wait, they have grievances against me? Why? What? Okay. Killing another player's capital produces grievances with everybody else. That's how that works. That makes sense. Okay, well, we probably shouldn't do that again. Or, we should do it to everyone. I mean, we could go fight America, right? This is the thing we could do. I wonder if we can negotiate away our grievances with this guy. Like, if we make deals... No, there's no option to just, like, put the grievances on the table and pay them off. I guess that makes sense. If we could do that, then you could just economy your way out of anybody ever having a problem with you, which obviously is not... That's not the way they want that system to work. Any chance we could get Teddy to do peace? Whew, wow, that's a cost. What about... I'll give you all my favor? Okay, that only gets 3 gold per turn off of that. Is that all my money? It's not. And the thing is, he's not actually doing any damage to us. Like, we're just leveling units up off of him and stuff. I guess it's not worth paying for peace. Yeah. Okay. Let us continue. Barbarian's doing some fine work over here. Barbarian's doing some much more annoying work over here. Oh, is this going to lead us all the way back around to him, I wonder? Is this all internal? I thought the continent shape was going to be like that, but this might be internal deep water. Does that happen? Can lakes have deep water in them? Maybe not. This might still be a bay. We might see a termination over here somewhere. Alright, you are probably just going to need to take cover. Can't actually attack that guy with the swordsman. Honestly, we may need to take cover, like, over here. You... He's not currently in my territory, so I believe he will only have 2 move. I don't think it's the case that entering my territory will give him the bonus move. I think he has to start his turn there. So we should be safe for now, and then he's going to move, and then we should be able to get him. Valencia. Would be cool if your monument worked. So, the dominant religion of Catholicism is actually failing in this city. That's good to know. We really don't want to buy another missionary. I don't think... Yes, we don't want to hasten this process. We want to let natural pressure do it. Because I really do want to buy apostles now with my faith. I mean, you gotta know that's not actually gonna work. Right? Interesting. Barbarians stole somebody's worker. Builder, rather. Well, we'll get it back. We'll get it for you, don't worry. Okay, let's drop you. You will be very easy to kill. Oh, the American fled across the river into our territory. Well, that wasn't very smart. I'll tell you what, I think the next trade route might be from Madrid, if we can do it, from Madrid to Cusco. Not because we need the resources from that trade route, but because I would love to have a road that goes all the way down there. Although I guess we have a road to Valladolid, so we could run it from Valladolid to Cusco. Yeah, maybe. Let's just get more XP for my ranged units. You had a promotion available. Now we have a couple of good strong swords. Ah, there's the camp. Alright, let us be rid of that. Oh, I could just improve these tiles, couldn't I? While I'm on my way through. Yeah, let's do that. Probably not both of them. I don't want to bother improving this rice when the farm might be just destroyed. And I have other things that we can improve up here. Our holy site got pillaged, which is annoying. We can't repair it until he's not standing there anymore. He's low enough on health that I can just go get him now. And we got a governor title. So if we were to promote Victor, we would pick up extra growth in the city plus more food for trade routes ending in this city. Or settlers trained do not consume population. That doesn't seem very good to me. In our current situation, I'm not too worried about our number of cities at the moment. Surplus logistics is interesting. If we moved him to the capital, then just running... First of all, the capital would grow a little bit faster and we'd be able to get more districts. And secondly, all the trade routes running to the capital to take advantage of its districts will get extra food. That seems like probably the way to go. Unless the way to go is to pick somebody else up. Or... No, probably not either of these. City gains an additional range strike per turn is certainly interesting. Military units trained here start with a free promotion. Unless they already start with a free promotion. Boy, that's worded kind of awkwardly. That's interesting. Embrasure is pretty cool. Or we could go for our bishop. What does our bishop give us? This religious pressure thing is actually kind of interesting. All governor's units heal fully in one turn in the tiles of this city. That's interesting. City ignores religious pressure from religions not founded by me, and gain extra faith equal to 25% of the construction cost when finishing buildings. Oh my. Yeah, that's actually pretty interesting, right? If we put him in, what's the name of my city over here? If we put him in, like, Cajamarca... Well, Cajamarca's positive pressure for our religion anyway. We don't actually need that. That's not the button I wanted at all. Here we go. Fishery Improvement gives +1 food and +1 additional food if adjacent to a sea resource. And also, fisheries provide +1 production as long as she's still in the city. That's interesting. Yeah, she's powerful too. Man, they did a good job of making me want to play with all of these. I think we're going to go surplus logistics here and move our man to the capital. Yeah, reassign you to Cusco. We're all cool on loyalty, right? Everything is fine loyalty-wise. Yeah, we're on the rising trend. All of our cities are loyal to the Incan Empire. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that the Incans and Spanish had some interaction in real-world history, and I think this is basically how it went. The Incans just went over to Spain and took the whole place. You know, that's what you play Civilization for, is the historical accuracy, right? I always think that's kind of... Every once in a while, you'll see somebody, far more than you ought to, you'll see somebody on a message board or something, be like, I don't like this leader or this thing about the game because it breaks my immersion. Like, there is nothing about Civ that should be causing... Nothing about Civ causes any kind of immersion. There is no immersion in this game. Wow, that's embarrassing. You can't just gut a spearman. Alright, I do kind of want George Washington to stop being at war with me, because I'd love it if I could use my units for other things. I kind of think I'm going to move this swordsman... We do not need a swordsman to defend this city, probably. So I'm going to move him out. I'm going to bring the warrior up to defend Seville, And I'm going to have him help us clear barbarians over here. We got a lot of barbarians that need clearing. You probably need to stay near Seville, though. Alright, and you are on the move to go and repair some stuff. Repairing, fortunately, does not consume build charges. So we could run the trade route to Bandar Brunei. Something tells me that George Washington, or Teddy Roosevelt, does not have another 4 envoys. He probably would not be able to break our control of that as well. We could also rebase to, like... If we were to rebase to Valencia or Madrid and then trade with a city that is currently our religion, it would help speed up the our religion's push up north. And I really do want to get a road going from Cusco. Let's rebase to Valladolid. And then here, we could make another builder. There's certainly more improvements to be done. We have 6 guys right now, 6 population. So we're working the 4 improved tiles and then 2 unimproved tiles. There's not really a lot of benefit in having more improved tiles than you have bodies in a city, but we could definitely afford to improve some stuff. Or we could build that campus I was talking about. That's a pretty good campus. And we do need to continue turning up our science. Like, it's okay now, but it needs to be higher. Yeah, let's get that campus down. We'll get more builders. We will. So can I kill this map pin? Yeah. To be honest with you, I didn't need the map pin. It didn't really help. Not enough time passed for me to forget what I was doing. So we're going to want more temples, probably. Oh, you'll notice, because this city is Catholic, it has that Catholic belief that gives food from your shrines and temples. So we could start building a shrine. We also could build another district. And there's not really a lot of strong campus locations here. We could build a commercial hub. I don't hate that, actually. I'm a little nervous about building on land that's going to flood. But this will be the last land affected by rising sea levels. By the time that happens, we'll probably know how to make it not be a big deal, right? Probably. And I do, as always, want more trade routes. Let's repair the monument here real quick, and then we'll probably repair the commercial hub next. And we definitely need to get more builders running around. Oh hey, we're past the hour. I should probably stop. Okay, the swordsman has a promotion available. That's pretty handy, actually. Good time for that. Alright. Get my stuff back up and running. I want to buy my apostles. You live in the city now. You are just going to chill right here. I don't know if I'm going to upgrade you or not. You are going to run trade. Trade to Madrid is actually probably a little bit better, but this road already exists, and I don't want that religious pressure. What about that other trade route? Is that close to conclusion? No. Okay. Our other trade route will end eventually, and then we'll be able to run it to, like, Bandar Brunei or something. Okay, a threat to our growing civilization is vanquished. Only 6 points off of a golden era. It is possible. It is possible we might actually pull one. I feel like we've been doing really well on those, but just keep falling a little bit short. Okay, well, I think this is a good place to stop for now. It looks like our religion is ascendant. We have positive pressure in a lot of places. Is there a conversion? There's no conversion timer here. Over here, we'll get a conversion in a mere 1,200 turns, sometime around the year 5,000. Okay, we need to put out a little bit more pressure, but I think we're our faith is earmarked for apostles for the moment. But yeah, our religion is not giving us a huge amount of bonuses right now, but it was useful in the defense of our cities and stuff. Defense. In the attack that we made on Spain when we were able to fight, like, in Seville's borders. And actually, we were fighting near Valencia's borders, not inside them, so we weren't getting any Defender of Faith bonus over here. But we're going to pick up some more beliefs that actually do stuff. And I mean, like, the reliquary thing has been useful, at least. We had enough faith to buy more missionaries. I guess the reliquary thing hasn't done anything because all it's done is given us more of our religion that kind of doesn't do anything. Listen, we're going to fix it. It's going to get better. But not today, because that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to see if we can finally get this settler down, finally turn our religion into something useful, and maybe consider conquering America. And we'll see you then.